Hello, everybody. This is Maya Zahira with Psychic Protection Sanctuary, and we are now live in our Spiritual Empowerment Community Facebook group. This is day 9 of our 10-day Spiritual Empowerment Activation. So, welcome, everybody. If you are just now joining for the first time, if this is your first class that you've made it to, that is okay. Just jump right in, and you can always go back and watch the other replays later. You can go back. It's totally fine. It's great that you're here. Just a shout out to all the people watching the replay, wherever you are, whether you're on Facebook or on my YouTube channel, which if you haven't found my YouTube channel yet, you need to, because it's got a ton of stuff. It's Psychic Protection Sanctuary on youtube.com. So there's tons of free stuff on there. As you've already figured out, probably, I love creating free content for all of you. I try to do an event like this twice a year. And so here we are. This is my second year doing the 2 times a year free several day long event. So we have a lot to cover. We also have a lot of people joining. So today, just a reminder, when you join, go ahead and share with us where you're joining from, and I will do shout outs in just a minute. So tell us where you are joining from. I might know you, but you might not all know each other. So this helps you. It's kind of fun just to hear who all is on here. I think it's fun for all of you to know where everybody's from. So today's, as we are preparing to wrap up, but we're not wrapping up yet. We still have some more juicy content to do. Today's topic is another aspect of managing your energy, and I'm going to be teaching you about how to either expand your energy and make it bigger or make it smaller, make your auric field smaller. So we're going to be talking about that today. Before we do shout outs and before we get into our topic for today, I want to give you just a couple of announcements and reminders and go over all of the logistics and everything. So there's actually 2 free gifts today. The one is an audio recording that I made for my past students, and it's an audio recording where I explain the concept of making your energy bigger. So today I'm going to teach you about making it bigger or smaller, but the bonus audio is about making your energy bigger. So it'll just be a little more content from what I'm talking about today, maybe described in a little bit of a different way. So you'll get some enrichment content there. That's an audio recording. It is already posted in the Facebook group. If you are watching this on YouTube, check the description part of the video. And also, you guys, I'm planning on uploading all of these Facebook Live replays onto a private page on my website, and along with all of the free gifts. The reason why I decided to do that is because every once in a while, since all these free gifts that I've been sharing with you are private links that are for members only, they're normally only available for students in my Spiritual Empowerment Academy, my 12-month online program, and they're private links, so they're a little bit harder for some people to access. Like some of these audios are on SoundCloud, and so you have to actually sign in to SoundCloud in order to listen to the links, because they're private links. They're not publicly available. I don't know. Hopefully that wasn't too complicated. But for some of you, it's too many hoops to jump through to get the free gift. And so I'm going to make it super easy. I'm going to create a private page on my website that you can't get to if you just go to my website and look around. This will be private. I will give all of you access to the link, and then everything will be there. It'll be like day 1 video, day 1 free gift, like there it is. And you can like literally on my website, when I upload like the free gift that's a SoundCloud video or SoundCloud audio, you can literally listen to it right there in the website. So you can like click play and like it's literally all right there. So you can look forward to that. I am in the middle of getting an upgrade on my internet. Probably too much information here, but I would love to upload all of that for you today, but technology has decided otherwise. So it's going to be next week, but I know you all are patient. So just hang on a little while longer and I will create that amazing thing for you all and it will all be in one place. So back to YouTube, if you're on YouTube and you're watching one of these videos, like you're watching this one and you want to access the free gift, let's say you go to the description, you try to access it and it's like not, your device doesn't like the private link, because that happens sometimes, then I will also give you access to this private link on my website that I just described. So you can like literally just go from YouTube over to my private website link and just get access to all of it. Okay. So it'll be really easy and fun. The other free gift, and after I talk about this, I'm going to do shout outs. The other free gift, and by the way, before I teach class, I usually sit down and get quiet for a while and I'm like, what should the free gifts be? What am I supposed to share? And so it comes through intuitively, right? So today, what came to me is that there should be a second free gift, and that is for anyone who applies for the Spiritual Empowerment Academy, and if you qualify. What I'm saying is like, you can't have your dog like apply for you or like whatever. It can't be some like crazy thing that doesn't qualify, right? So if you apply and you qualify, then you will receive a free 15-minute video session with me. And those of you who are already in my program know how powerful, even though like 15 minutes doesn't sound like that much time, I started doing 15-minute video sessions with the members in my program a couple years ago. And I was like, I wonder how long it should be, because we want to like be laser focused. I'm telling you, that is like this magical amount of time, this 15 minutes, like we get in, we talk about what the issue is, and then we shift the hell out of it like really fast. And it's almost better that it's short, because if we have a whole hour, then we just kind of meander around. And here we like go in, we laser focus, we shift something big, and it's awesome. So if you apply for Spiritual Empowerment Academy, that's where you can go way deeper than this free thingy. Then if you apply and you qualify, then you get a free 15-minute session with me. You get 15-minute sessions with me in the program anyway, but this is an extra one. So you get to enjoy even more guidance. We can do a psychic reading or intuitive coaching or whatever you need. So let me give you the website real quick, and then we will get into why you are here, right? The content. Website, psychicprotectionsanctuary.com. And then under the events tab, you can click on the Spiritual Empowerment Academy. It is a 12-month program. It's online. You can do it from wherever you're at. And I always tell people, follow your inner guidance. If you feel guided to check it out, check it out. If you're like, what's this lady talking about? I don't care about that. I just want to get in onto the content. That's cool too. I'm sharing this freely with all of you. So let's get into shout outs. Okay, let's go back here. All right. Constance says here from Missouri, almost didn't make it. Gardening. Ooh, that's exciting. This is my first spring in Arizona. So I have no idea how to garden here. Like, I don't even know what the seasons are yet. So it's like kind of exciting to hear about, because you're in Missouri. Yeah, you're Kansas City-ish area. kind of exciting to hear about the gardening going on in Kansas City. Jeannie says, hi, Maya from Piper, Kansas. And Zahira, hi from Renton, Washington. Amira, hello from Northwestern Michigan. Hi, Melissa. Jessica from Ohio. I have family in Ohio. Tina, hi, everyone from Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah, and Melissa says, the 15-minute appointments are very effective. Recommend. That's awesome. Yeah, it's like literally laser focus. I love them. It's awesome. I also love doing 1-hour sessions and longer, but there's just something about that magical amount of time. Okay, so hi, everybody. Let's get into today's topic. Let me see. Did I leave anything out? Okay. All right. Okay, I was just trying to decide. There's 2 things I'm going to talk about today. Zahira says, it's scary here with the virus, everything shutting down. Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up. So there's stuff going on with the virus, corona virus. So if you're watching the replay way far in the future, this is what month are we in? March 2020. Coronavirus is happening. I'll just share with you that for me, I'm kind of trying to keep kind of a happy medium where I'm not really feeling motivated to travel right now. So I'm not really wanting to travel, but I'm still going out and doing things. So kind of taking a moderate approach. I'm kind of an introvert hermit anyway, so I stay home a lot. Yeah, and it's and consciously not getting into fear, because we've had so many contagious things. You know, I don't know, I can't even remember the whole list of everything that goes around every year or two. And I'm not trying to diminish what's going on right now, but it's like, you know, it is, I think maybe it is more serious, but it's also more of the same. And so so it's like, be prepared, you know, do whatever preparedness you feel like you need to do. And just try not to get into too much fear and follow your inner guidance, right? Follow your inner guidance as to what you feel like you should do out in the community or not. For me, I'm still choosing to participate in group activities. Like I'm going to be at a couple different psychic fairs this weekend. But I think everybody should honor like what your comfort level is, because you never know what's going to happen, right? So I'm not telling anyone what to do or not to do, but just be careful not to get into fear. I know it's scary. It's scary when these things are going around. But do what you can to like get balanced and breathe, meditate, connect with your inner guidance to see what's going on and what's appropriate for you. So I'm really glad that you brought that up, Zahira, because it is affecting a lot of people more mentally and emotionally than anything else. Because like that whole energy of the idea is really big right now. And Zahira says, we're staying home most of the time and playing it safe. Yeah, so just honor like whatever your comfort level is, do that. Yep. So also, side tangent, this reminds me that yesterday our Facebook Live was really touchy. That's why I'm up in the middle of upgrading my internet, because it's just really not that great. So I'm getting something much better next week. But yesterday's, if you watched the replay, I haven't watched the replay. I'm probably not going to get around to it for a while. I've got some things going on, but I just threw it up there and I was like, however it turned out is how it's going to be. It's just how it's going to be. But I guess it was really choppy and there were some issues with losing the connection. So I do hope that you were able to get some things from it, but just in case, I'm going to go ahead and recap before we get into today's content. Okay. Today's content is about making your energy bigger or making your energy smaller, and when to do which and why and how that's going to help you. But first, let's recap yesterday. Yesterday, we covered your intuitive gifts, and just a reminder of how important it is to develop your intuitive / psychic abilities, because if you don't take the time to develop those, then there's no way you can know how to manage your energy. Like, how are you going to know what's going on in your energy field or what's going on in the energy of your home if you have no psychic or intuitive senses, right? So remember that when we think of the word psychic, I know a lot of people think of like it's only a select elite few on the planet who have this like special gift. But no, everybody has the ability to tap into their intuition or their psychic gifts. Everybody's born with some kind of natural abilities. And it's funny because when I talk to people about this and they say, oh, I don't have any psychic abilities. And I talk to them and I find out that actually they have had a lot of experiences with receiving information intuitively, but they weren't believing it. They were second guessing, and they were also thinking that it should be like much louder and this like booming voice or something, or like in your face psychic information, like boom, you could see it clear as day. And this is something I really didn't emphasize yesterday, is that a lot of psychic information that comes through is quite subtle. And I've heard even famous psychics say this, that when the information comes through for them, it's quite subtle. Like they might hear something, but it's super soft. Like they have to really be paying attention. So remember, it's not necessarily like a loud booming voice or like a burning bush right in front of you or something like that. It's usually much more subtle. So you have to learn how to pay attention. Yeah. And trust what you're getting. And that trust comes from practicing, and just from practice. And through practice, then you gain more validation. There will be enough instances where you find out that you were right, and that's what helps develop your trust in yourself. Okay? So I'm going to really quickly go over the list of psychic abilities. There's clairvoyance, which is psychic sight. There's clairaudience, which is psychic hearing. Clairsentience, which is either feeling things on your body, like chills, or feeling energy with your hands, or internal, right? Being able to feel it inside of you. So that's clairsentience. There's also clairgustance, which is psychic taste, and clairalliance, which is psychic smell. So we went into all of those yesterday. I'm not going to go over all of the deeper details, but we cover it like so thoroughly. There's like 15 modules or something all about all of these abilities in Spiritual Empowerment Academy. Also, there's claircognizance, like cognition, like thinking, like knowing, just knowing. You don't see it, you don't hear it, you don't taste it, feel it. You just know. You just know that person can be trusted or can't be trusted. You just know that you're supposed to go this direction. You just know it. That's claircognizance. So those are all your psychic abilities. That's a recap of yesterday, just in case if yesterday's video was just horribly annoying because it was really choppy. Okay, today, about expanding your energy. This is a technique that I learned from one of my past mentors. And she taught me this technique when it was in 2016, and I was dealing with some very unexpected spiritual activity in my home that I did not want to be there. It was something negative, that had been that I had picked up when I went to a spiritual teacher who had something attached to her. And this happens, okay? So if you want to know more about that kind of phenomenon, then I wasn't going to bring up my book. But if you're like, what is that all about? There's my book. Okay, you can get it on Amazon.com. So I had this experience where like everything went crazy in my home, and I was trying to figure out how to get this thing out. And she taught me that one thing you can do is imagine, intend, visualize that you're taking your aura, which is normally about arm's width. So if you were to extend your arms, your hands all the way out side to side, like you're doing calisthenics, fingertip to fingertip, that's approximately how wide your aura is on an average basis. It might be bigger, it might be smaller. But the idea is to expand your aura and make it really big and think of pushing it out. So let's say, for example, you feel like there's something in your energy field or in your home that doesn't belong, then you're literally extending, expanding your presence. Because remember, you are authority. You are an authority over your energy and over your space, your home, bedroom, or wherever it is that you're living. You are authority over that. And so simply by pushing your energy and making your energy fill up the room, that is going to push out whatever doesn't belong. Okay? So it's science would call it displacement. If you have something in a glass of water, if you have a glass of water and then you put something else into that glass of water, it displaces the water. It like makes the water move up or wherever, right? So this is like displacement. You're moving your energy, you're pushing your energy out, and that's pushing whatever this is out. And the whole idea behind it is you are taking authority. You're like, nope, I'm taking up space. This is my place. Okay. Now, sometimes this doesn't feel good to people. So you can try it. And if it doesn't feel good to you, just honor that. Now, a similar thing is that not necessarily because you're dealing with something negative that you're trying to push out, but simply, let's say you are relaxing at home or you're out in nature. I love to do this out in nature. And you just allow your energy field to just spread out and get really big because you're out in nature. And so it's a different approach. It's like you're just kind of allowing it to stretch out like Jabba the Hutt. It's just like, blah. You're letting it just stretch out and get really big. So you're not forcefully pushing it out. You're just letting it stretch out. So that's another thing that you can do when you're out in nature. You can just let yourself stretch out and it's like a good yoga stretch for your aura. It's pretty cool. But the approach is a little bit different. When you're trying to push something out, it's literally a pushing motion that your aura is doing. It's a displacement. Okay. Now, a little reminder that if you are going through like a busy subway station or something like that, or you're like walking through a mall or a store or something, I don't suggest making your energy really big because then you're picking up on the energies of everybody else that you're melding energy with. So in that case, then you might want to do the opposite, which is through your intention and your visualization. You're going to imagine pulling your energy in closer so that it's like right up close to your body rather than arm's length. I've had students who've said that they did that and it worked really well for them when they were walking through the store, for example. They didn't feel like they were mixing energies with all of the people around them that they didn't want to mix energies with. So it's kind of like when you're walking through a crowd and you kind of like pull yourself closer because you're kind of like scooching between people and you're like, excuse me, and you're scooching by, but you're doing that with your aura. You're like pulling it in. You're like, nope, I'm just going to be in my little space. I have worked with students as well where they said, when they did that, it made them not feel well when they pulled their aura in. Again, respect and honor what works for your system. Okay. So just because I'm recommending it doesn't mean that it's going to work for everybody. So there's the making your energy bigger or making your energy smaller. Okay. Are there any questions? And while I wait for any questions to come through, your homework, I'm going to give you your homework as well, and we can chat about that a little bit. And then I'm also going to talk about something else. So our homework for today, now that we're on day 9, we're almost at the end. I'd like for you to think about what goal or intention you would like to set right now in your life. Now, it can be something like really profound and important, or it can be something kind of mundane, like I'm going to get up 30 minutes earlier every morning or whatever. Sometimes people set an intention that's more about a feeling, like I want to feel happier. And those kinds of intentions are great, okay? But be more specific. So instead of I intend to be happier, exactly what are you going to do to cultivate that? So what action? You got to take action, okay? So just feel happier, like that's not going to happen. It's like because there's nothing tangible about it. So is there something you're going to do on a daily or weekly or monthly basis to cultivate that? So like every day I'm going to spend 30 minutes watching a funny program on Netflix, or every day I'm going to spend 20 minutes playing with my pets, or like whatever would bring you joy and happiness. Then you're going to set a specific goal that every day you're going to spend how much time? Because if you say, I'm going to do joyful activities more often, really? Are you going to? Like, you have to get specific. Otherwise, you're just not going to do it. That's the truth. Okay. So that's a little bit of information about like the feeling kinds of intentions, like being happy or being more peaceful or being more grounded or whatever. But then there's other kinds of goals like I'm going to get in shape. Okay, so tell me exactly what you're going to do. What is the action? Like every day I'm going to do XYZ. For how long? Or 3 times a week I'm going to do XYZ. For how long? When? Okay, because you probably know that when you don't set specific goals, it's not going to happen, right? They don't happen. So right now here in the Facebook Live, I want you to share what your goal is. And it doesn't matter to me if this is your first day joining us live, doesn't matter. You can still join in on the group energy and set an intention. And just listen, like don't overthink it, but just listen to whatever your inner guidance tells you. Like, what's your intention supposed to be? What is it? Okay. So, and then also there's a homework thread in the Facebook group that I invite you to also share your intention there. Okay. Let's see here. Brian says, Brian, you always have really good questions. I appreciate it so much. How do you pull your energy in? Is it just a case of imagining it smaller? Yes, it's just imagining and intending. That is going to shift your energy. However, some people need something more tangible. So literally just the simple action of like bringing your hands, like doing like this with your hands, being like, bring your energy in closer, right? To just do that motion might be enough for some people who have difficulty visualizing. If you have difficulty visualizing, you just simply intend. You can just say, I make my energy smaller now. And that will pull it in. Okay? Or you can move your hands. If you're a more tactile person, you need things to be more tangible. Okay? Great question. All right. So I think that's it for questions. What are your intentions? And as we're waiting for your intentions to come through, I'm going to go ahead and share one more little tidbit with you, and then we'll be done for today. Okay. So some of you know that this week, oh dear, so this is tough. So this week was kind of rough for me. Actually partway through the week, I experienced a loss that was very significant for me. And I'm not going to talk about exactly what it was because I'll get really upset. But it was really, really big. And the reason why I'm bringing it up, I feel guided to bring it up in a general way, even though I'm not going to talk about the specifics, because I want to just show you about how I do things and how I really walk my talk in the things that I teach. So, some people, when they face challenges, they will isolate. And I've done that before, so I'm not judging it. I totally get it. I've done that. But I want to point out that when we're going through life's joys and life's challenges, it's really important and powerful to have a group of people that are your that are your tribe, your community, your people that can help you anchor, that can hold space for you when you're having your experience, that can listen to you share your story, and that can just be supportive. And an example of that is Spiritual Empowerment Academy. Like, that is one of the many things that group offers. Is I know for many members in the group, it's very anchoring. Like when life has its normal ups and downs, which are like, it's normal, right? We have our ups, our downs. We have these like certain periods that are super challenging, and then we have periods that are going well. That group, for many of the members I know, is a very anchoring type of presence. Just like knowing that it's there helps keep people from feeling like they're just floating alone in the world, because life can beat us up sometimes. And last night, I after having such a challenging evening on Tuesday night, I got an email on Wednesday morning saying that there was a local circle happening. So it's not an online thing, but a local thing. It's all good, actually. I saw that email and I was like, I have to go to that. Like, that's my lifeline. So I went to it last night, and we had a large circle of people. And the idea was that everybody had a chance to share their story. Everybody had a chance to share what was going on with them. And I really am a huge believer in the fact that it's incredibly healing to be able to share your story, whatever's going on for you, whether it's happy stuff, whether it's sad or hard, to be able to share your story and for it to be witnessed and heard. And I just believe so much in that. And so that's why I went to last night's circle, so that I because I'm not the facilitator, I was able to just be a participant and just be able to do my sharing and receive. And then in the Spiritual Empowerment Academy, then I help to hold space for that kind of sacred sharing. So not only is there a ton of educational content, all sorts of things that you're learning and learning how to manage your energy, learning how to develop your spiritual gifts, but there's also that amazing anchoring effect and healing effect that occurs with being a part of a group like that. So I just wanted to bring that up and let you know. And also for those of you who saw my post about what I had going on, I'm taking really good care of myself. And I'm connecting with community, which is important. And I'm also taking a lot of alone time too. So finding that balance. So that's a little update on that. So let's read everybody's comments here. I know you have some intentions. We've got a couple of intentions so far. So remember to share your intentions if you feel guided to. And then also it's just coming to me to re-announce, in case you've just joined, that one of the free gifts for today is that if you apply for the Spiritual Empowerment Academy and you qualify, then you receive a really potent 15-minute video session with me where we get to work on your stuff. And you can apply for that program. You can learn more about it at psychicprotectionsanctuary.com. And then under the events tab is the Spiritual Empowerment Academy. Okay. And I always say, just follow your inner guidance, head over there, take a look at it, and just feel what the energy feels like to you. And if you feel guided, go ahead and follow the process. And if you don't, that is okay too. I always want people to follow your guidance. Okay. So let's read intentions here. Zahira says, I want to lose fat and weight 30 pounds and tone my entire body by dancing every other day for 15 plus minutes, walk in nature every day for 30 to 40 minutes. That sounds awesome. And work out with weights and home workout 3 times a week and stretch every day. That sounds like a great plan. I feel like, now, and I don't know how this sounds to you, but I feel like if you had some kind of way to track it, whether it's on your phone or in like a journal or like a checklist or something that you've completed each thing, I feel like it would be easy to kind of get off track. And also that the whole like thing of like checking things off, it feels like that's this little mini reward in your brain, like this good feeling, like when you're like, yes, completed. So think about that. Okay. Amira says, I am going to see a hypnotherapist approximately 3 times to get to the root cause of my weight. Things like keto and increased physical activity have not gotten me the desired result. Oops. I can't see it all. There we go. Oh my. Come on. Okay, let's see if I can see all of this. Sometimes when it's a longer comment, I have to tap on things so I can see the whole thing. Okay. Things like keto and increased physical activity have not gotten me the desired results to get to a healthy weight. The hypnotherapist told me that somewhere in my genetic history is a sense of lack, and my body holds on to weight to compensate no matter what actions I take. My subconscious is more powerful than my conscious efforts. That's true. Our subconscious runs things. That's true. So I will get to the root cause during these sessions. That's awesome. It will take approximately 3 sessions, maybe more. I love that you're bringing this up, that a lot of times there are things going on underneath the surface that we need to deal with, whether we're using hypnotherapy or shamanic techniques or other energy healing types of techniques to help shift some of those things under the surface. Okay. Zahira says, yes, I have a big calendar that I write my list in and check off. You are right. I needed that. And I love lists. Yeah, that's what I was getting a sense of. Okay. I don't see any other comments coming through. So, and we've gone 40 minutes today because we had a lot to talk about. So thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you all so much. And make sure that you show up for our final class. I think a few days ago I talked about resistance. Sometimes resistance can show up, like if we're ready for a breakthrough, sometimes we end up sabotaging. Have you ever noticed that sometimes you don't finish something all the way to the end? That could be your style of self-sabotage. So I'm going to encourage you to have self-awareness about that. Not any self-judgment, but just awareness, like, oh, okay, I do that sometimes. So if you have that awareness, then you will show up tomorrow or watch the replay, depending on your schedule, right? So I'll bring this to completion. We have one more day, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And Zahira says, love and extra hugs to you, Maya. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. And remember to check back also next week, because remember I said I'm going to create a special private web page where you can access all of this all together. Normally I would have already done that, but internet issues. So that's okay. So later you'll be able to access everything like all in one place. It'll be so easy. And so if you missed anything, or if you're trying to scroll through the group and you're like, where is everything? It's kind of a mess. Find and watch and listen to whatever you can now in the group, and then later it's going to be all organized. So I'm a very organized, and actually Zahira is in my group. She knows how the Spiritual Empowerment Academy, all the content, I love everything to be super organized, easy to access. And so it like makes me excited, like to think, oh, I'm going to create this like private page for you guys where everything's all in one place. Like that's like, oh yes, I'm going to create it for you guys. It makes me unusually happy. Okay, you guys, thank you for everything, and I will see you tomorrow. Sending you all my love.